And here we are, right in the middle of it. So I'm going to ask everyone, if you will, to take your head off, put it in your lap, and instead put your awareness on. Okay, good. We are more, much more, than we currently remember. As a matter of fact, we are so much more that we are the master game makers. We've been involved in creating games as long as we have been. And make no mistake about it, there are a multitude of games that are being played throughout the cosmos. Many of them we've been involved in, but we've been involved in them from the basis of we knew, and we knew to varying degrees, that we were creator beings, and that we were also a part of the creator being, source, prime creator, God, or whatever name you want to give to it. But then, we started wondering in ourselves, what would it be like if we created a game where we forgot we were connected to Source, we forgot we were connected to each other, and we forgot that we were the creators of our reality? Why would we want to do this? To accomplish the prime accomplishment of all, and that is to expand our conscious awareness. So we've done this. And as a matter of fact, we're living it right now. And it's called the separation game. We've forgotten that we are inseparably connected to Source. We have forgotten that we are one. And we have forgotten that we are the creators of our reality. By the way, this is not the first time we've created this game on the planet Earth. We've created it many times before, and boy, did they ever fall to a bust. Atlantis, Lemuria. We just devastated everything, but no big deal. I mean, after all, it's just a mind construct. It's all illusion. So all we had to do was just start over again at the beginning, which we wanted to do because we wanted to learn just like we want to learn now. And the primary thing we want to learn is remember who we are and why we're here. So, I know, to even consider this within the frame of a game to some is almost sacrilegious. Where did religious get in there? But anyhow, you understand. Think about where we are technologically right now. Computer games. Don't you put your consciousness into a computer game where you are the avatar and you direct the avatar with your thoughts, your feelings, and everything. But you never once forget that you're not in the game. And even if your avatar gets destroyed, you may have a few moments of tremble and shake, but you pull yourself out and you say, okay, this is only a game. But you see, when you get in this one, and you get so deeply engrossed in separation, it's hard to remember why you're in the game and why you're playing it. But the state of the game, where it is right now on planet Earth, this go-around, is rapidly approaching a great transition point. Think about it now, this veil of forgetting, how powerfully that works, how well. And consider the role of an adversary. Our limited physical senses are only able to pick up on particulars, and we are inclined to believe those particulars as separates. There's a substantial delay between our thoughts and their manifestation, to where we don't usually see the connection through which all things are inseparably connected. And usually there is a separation from self from others, good, bad, us versus them, so on and so forth, that keeps this whole reality devolving into a place where ego takes over because it feels it has to in order to survive. By the way, the opposite of separation consciousness happens to be unity consciousness. You following me so far?
Yes.
Isn't this fascinating?
Yes.
And what's really fascinating about it is we are the designers and creators of it. There are some who are involved in this game who are, what you might say, on the outside looking in. They may be observing or they may actually be helping. And then there are those who are actively engaged in it with a larger portion of themselves outside of it and a lesser portion of themselves actually living it. You, me. We're living it, and our higher selves are aware of it all, who we are inseparably connected to. And together, we are the ones who have designed, created, and are engaged in living this game. So when you start beating yourself up and you start laying claim to the role of being a victim and that there's somebody else involved in it who is perhaps going to save you, and then there's somebody else who's a perpetrator, stop right there and look and see. That just happens to be some of the format of the game that is coming to a close for those who choose to awaken. This has been going on for quite a while, for so long that we have spent lifetimes coming back into it again and again and again. Okay, so it has shifted and changed it to where you start seeing there are two camps operating right now, those who are involved in service to self and those who are involved in service to others. Now, if we look at those who are involved in the service of self, we begin to see that this reality is characterized by greed, competition, conflict, domination, subjugation, and the persistent struggle for freedom. Would you like to live another couple of lifetimes with us? Does it sound appealing to you? Okay. So let's look at the possibilities here of the end game. We've experienced enough of the suboptimal scenarios that we decided to introduce a stimulus into this from outside of the game that would steer to a much more rewarding conclusion. So we're beginning to experience that right now. And in that we did plan this now. And we planned it in a subtle and multifaceted series of interventions whose goals was to awaken as many players as possible. And to awaken us to a wider reality, to awaken us to our higher selves, and to spur us to higher levels of consciousness, and thereby to the next level of the game. The good news is that the stimulus has reached a critical mass. It has reached it. And we are entering into a period of rapid and great change. A period of great transformation in ourselves and in the world. Now, all of us are involved in this, but do realize that if you choose, if I choose, and we do awaken to this, we are definitely the ones who then move on with the upgrade of this. And those who don't, they will simply repeat the grade over again. And it's not a punishment, because all of us want to learn. We want to have our consciousness actually evolve so that we will continue to play this game until we learn it. And once we do, then of course, we don't need to go through that grade again. It's like each and every one of us realizes in ourselves when it actually happens. When we have learned something, we have learned it, and we do not find the life experiences coming back to us, requiring us to go through it again. It's like you in yourself say, I got it, and by God, you have got it. So, Endgame. So look at this and see. We're entering into a period that has been referred to for thousands of years, and perhaps even longer, as a transformed version of the earth, a new earth, the age of enlightenment, the age where humanity wakes up and realizes we are one. Now, when you start really pursuing this, and you start getting consciously curious about what this means, you're going to experience some really shocking things about who you are as compared to who you believe you are and who you think you are. There's not going to be a match. And that's nice. That really is liberating. It gives you a much different sense of self. You're not concerned, you're not worried, you're not anxious, you're not fearful, you're not regretful, you're not jealous, you're not bitter. You're none of those things that you used to experience repeatedly. And that's because you've decided to wake up. So, congratulations, all of you who are in the process of awakening. I know damn good and well it feels really good. And for those of you who are feeling the surge of what is this about? What more can I find out about it? Realize that this is part of what we charged this time with. The stimulus that is working to bring us out of our delirium and start stirring us to remember who we truly are. Because you see, we did create this game. And we did put this part of ourselves into it that's here right now. And the larger part of us has always been aware of what is going on. And together, we're reaching this place of critical mass of humanity's awakening. Now, just as an aside, we're being observed by others throughout the universe. And they're watching with great curiosity and interest. Because you see, what we're actually attempting to accomplish here is something that usually takes a really long period of time. And we are bringing it to a place of attempting to accomplish it within one generation span. So, are you up for this?
Yes.
Good. So am I. And so are others of us who are choosing to awaken and play this earth game with a different set of frequencies and vibrations. Thank you.
For more information about the Metaphysical Church of Enlightenment or the Rodin Foundation, please go to our website at www.rodin.org. If you have been inspired by the revelations shared in these podcasts, please donate to the Rodin Foundation's ongoing efforts to help others help themselves at www.rodin.org/donate.